Namaste. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to introduce myself. I am Reshma Piramal. I am the co-chair or co-lead of the Social, Emotional, Ethical Learning program here in India. C-Learning, as it's called, is a program that was developed at Emory University under the guidance of His Holiness Dalai Lama. It is a kindergarten to 12th grade program that works with teachers and with students in bringing social emotional learning into the classroom. We work very, very closely with teachers because we feel teachers are very, very important stakeholders, and they in some way are contagions, emotional contagions. They are the ones that kind of help regulate the climate of a classroom. So we work very closely with teachers. The C-Learning program offers many learning experiences, and we train and incubate teachers and handhold teachers so that we are able to provide them with the confidence to embed this program into their classrooms. I'm also co-chairing the Global Collective Working Group on SEL with my colleague, Melissa, who I will ask now to introduce herself.
Thank you, Reshma. Hi, everybody. My name is Melissa Ragan. I'm the Chief Product Officer for the PASS program. We are a research and evidence-based SEL curriculum for students in grades pre-K through 5. It's a CASEL Select program, and we're really excited to be part of the Global Collective SEL Working Group to help amplify social emotional learning in schools all across the country. Today, we're going to be talking to you a little bit about what our group is about and what our goals are and how we intend to reach those. And then we're hoping that we can invite you all to come and join us and help out with this very ambitious goal. One of the reasons that working as part of this group really appealed to me is with everything that's going on with the pandemic, all the stress, what we're seeing in kids, both my own kids and kids in schools all over the world, is the magnified stress, anxiety, the increase in mental health issues, remote learning. And we just know we've never seen anything like this before, and the needs of our students are so great right now. So for me personally and professionally, it's really important to be part of this group and to help make a difference in the world.
Yes, Melissa, thank you so much. And I would like to reinforce that because for someone who's been working in this space for some time now, I recognize too that this is a very, very huge void that seems to be not addressed in our mainstream education. And if we're looking to transform education, I think this has been an opportunity that all of us in some way have had to grapple with, just the COVID situation, throwing this at us. So this is a great opportunity for us to really reimagine this landscape, really look at transforming ourselves and providing our children, our students with opportunities to really build emotional resilience, because this is a very, very volatile and changing world. And so we need to make sure that we are equipped to deal with the real life and navigate through the ups and downs and challenges that we will keep facing. I think one of the key elements for us as the collective, and particularly the working SEL group, is an articulation that we came up with together, a discussion that we had as members of this collective to identify the areas that we felt needed strengthening, that perhaps were lacking, to in some way make a case for SEL so that we could make available frameworks across the globe that were equitable in terms of access, in terms of inclusion, and make sure that we had enough research, we had enough awareness, we had guidelines, we have resources that have been vetted through, so that we provide individuals, organizations, governments with the ability to make a choice when they make or have decided to make SEL important part of their culture in classrooms or culture across organizations. Melissa, would you like to talk a little bit more about our plan?
I would. You heard earlier today from our the digital working group, who we're really working closely with to develop complementary approaches to helping to launch SEL in schools all over the world. But our guiding process specifically is a 3-part process. And we identified these 3 different components, and with the understanding and knowledge that this is sort of going to be an iterative process, and we're open to adapting and learning and modifying as necessary. But initially, we've identified the first steps as kind of building the foundation, identifying the needs, identifying gaps, connecting with those people who have SEL expertise and want to help. We know that there are people from all over the country here, and everybody has different experiences and different gifts to give, and we want to be able to get a better understanding of what those are and what the needs are, and then be able to work to fill that. So that will lead us to the second step, which is sort of identifying the milestones. Once we know what the needs are and the gaps are, we can identify the projects and initiatives that we need to engage in order to make that happen. And of course, making sure that we understand those really well and developing the steps and milestones to meet those targets. And the final step, and this is kind of our 2 to 3 year plan, is to then implement the projects. And so once we implement the initiatives, evaluate them, and reflect on the results, we can disseminate the results to a wider audience and share what works. This type of activity and these working groups only work if everyone shares their information and knowledge and experience. And so that'll be the ultimate goal of the process as we envision it. Reshma, is there anything you wanted to add to this?
No, this is a wonderfully articulated and succinct summary of our very ambitious plan. But nonetheless, I think this kind of would be, leads us to really a call for action, and really asking you to really join forces with us, because this is a Herculean task. If we are in any way to transform the landscape of education or reimagine it, we need to hear from you. We need to collaborate with you. There are so many wonderful programs. There are so many wonderful approaches that are around, and we would love for you to join forces with us. So please write to us. And we'd love to work together, because this is a journey that we need to do together.
Exactly. Thank you. And you'll notice in the chat box, there's a link to a survey. I think there's only about 10 questions. It shouldn't take very much time at all to complete it. If you could just answer those questions and help us really understand what you need. What do you want to see? And then what ways do you want to help? How do you want to get involved? Would be extremely helpful for us, and we'd be very grateful. Finally, we just wanted to thank everybody. Our email address will also be in the chat box if you want to reach out to any of us here. Be happy to get back to you. And we're also available to answer any questions if anybody has anything they want to ask, or anything they want to clarify, or anything they want to share.